When you are finished with the section where you added the programs you are interested in, it will take you to this page. This is where your application is. This dashboard has 4 quadrants in which you have to complete. You will know it is all complete when the circle is all green. Right now it's a little green, but that's because I haven't finished all sections. You do not have to finish all sections in one sitting. You can always save your progress and come back later. So right now we'll go to the first quadrant where it says personal information. So this quadrant is about personal information. I won't go through all of the sections because it is pretty self-explanatory. I do want to emphasize that the information you are inputting on here is not going to affect your eligibility in the admission process. So the first section I do want to go over is the citizenship/residency information. Again, anything you put here won't affect your admission process, but it is going to ask you select the value that best describes your U.S. citizenship. If you do have a U.S. citizenship, you can click on that option. If you are an undocumented and DACA or AB 540 student, you should select none for the U.S. citizenship. Once you click on that, it's going to ask you for the country of citizenship. So this is just an example. I'm going to put China. And then if you were born outside of the U.S., what year did you or will you move to the U.S.? And I do want to emphasize that these little red asterisks, these are required. If it doesn't have that, then that is optional, so you don't have to answer that. And then for the next section, it's going to be the residency. So what U.S. state possession do you regard as your permanent home? You see how in the beginning I did say it was California, so it won't let me change that. If it doesn't say California, it's going to say to make changes to this question, go to the extended profile. So please click on that and change it to California. And the next question is, do you claim California residency? Everyone should click yes because we are in California. It's just asking if you claim it. And then the next question is, have you lived in California continuously since birth? If you have, you can just click on yes. And if you haven't, it's going to ask you another question that says, when did your present stay in California begin? You don't have to be really accurate with this because some people won't remember, but around there would be good enough. So I put January 15, 2006. So this is just an example. And then you can just click save and continue. And then you will go on to the next section. I also want to talk about how in these sections, you see how it's an exclamation point and then a check mark. You want all of these sections to have the check mark for this circle to be completed with all green. So if it does have an exclamation point, please go on that section and make sure you answered all of the red asterisks. And if you have, it will turn into a green check mark. So the next section I will be talking about is the financial and parental information. So when you click on that, it will take you to this section where they will be talking about household income and size information. So we highly recommend you to read all of this and see if it does apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, you would click on this one and you will become, to them, you're a dependent. So it's going to ask total size of parents/step-parents household in 2020. Be sure to include yourself, parents, and other household members. So for example, I have 2 parents and 3 other siblings. So all of us would be 6. And then you're going to go to the next section where it's going to ask for your parents' adjusted gross income for 2020. So this is what they put on their federal tax return. So for example, you could put 20,000. And then for this section, it's going to ask for your parents' untaxed income and benefits for 2020. A lot of students get confused and they just put 20,000 again. But that is wrong. It will affect your fee waiver if you do put that. So for what this is, I would click right here. It says for additional information on who should be reported in your parents/step-parents household and income that should be reported, click here. So I would click on that and it will take you here. If you scroll down, it also gives you a bunch of information about your household income and size information. So you scroll down right here where it says untaxed income and benefits for the specified year. Untaxed income is income not reported on a tax return, such as, and then these are the programs or options. So if this does apply to you, then you can put in your untaxed income. But if it doesn't, I would just put 0. So then if one of these does apply to you, I would click on this one. And it's going to ask total size of your household in 2020. You're going to put yourself, so you are going to be independent. And then if you do have children, number of dependent children living with you in 2020, you would put how many children you have. I'm going to put 0. And it's going to also ask for the same thing, adjusted gross income for 2020. If you didn't tax for 2020, I would put 0. But if you did, put the amount right here. And then again, the same thing, your untaxed income and benefits for 2020. The link for that one should be right here. It will take you to the same one. It will ask you, it will be the same page. So if not, I would put 0 as well.